live the legacy.
That's
You
right.
just
Oh yeah,
need
you
to-
better.
you gotta live the legacy.
So I ended up selling drugs, and I was paying the bills. I was taking care of my brother.
I'm excited. I know parents are excited. You're sending me.
You sure that you heard me when I was talking to you, Lord? Because in order for me to be able to submit.
Y'all see that little ball thing? I like that little ball thing goes up and then it go out. Come on, so hi. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my
Good
God,
morning.
I'm excited this morning. Thank y'all for coming in. Thank y'all for joining in. We are going ready to have a great, great hour. I get a chance to be with y'all again, and this is so exciting. Okay, I got that energy. I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay, let me tell y'all something. I cheated. I cheated this morning. You laughing, Yvonne, but you don't even know because I ain't even tell you. How about that? Okay, so in my cup this morning, I have coffee. But I didn't feel like making no coffee this morning. So I bought me some. Look at that. The Lust Ice Coffee. Girl. I ain't even had to put nothing together. All I had to do, and let me tell you something. It might not taste the same as getting hot coffee and all that other stuff, but it saved time. Baby, I was finished. I said, "Come on, make me some coffee." Hey, I'm done. But it's actually good. I mean, I really like it. I've been drinking on it's a caramel macchiato. Macchiato. Macchiato.
Macchiato.
Yeah, macchiato, whatever. It's that it's no. I like it. I'll do this. I even put some more ice on it, but I didn't put no ice on it. I just went on and drank it right out of the
Just
little
the way it
cart.
was.
It's good, and it doesn't have. Let me see. I'm gonna say it doesn't have a lot of sugar, but it says 29 grams. I don't know if that is a lot, but I have to look. I think I drink 29 grams in 2 days, one day sometimes. With my sugar when I make my coffee, so I think maybe I'm doing pretty good, even with the sugar thing. Right, BFF? Why you there?
So you said it's 29 grams of sugar in the creamer
It's no
plus
the
the sugar
sugar
that you
in the
put in
whole
it
no in this whole thing. I'm talking about right now. This says 29 grams of sugar.
per
Okay, so
serving.
no, it's not saying per serving. It didn't say
Oh,
per
okay.
serving. It just says 29
Like,
grams.
woo.
Yeah, and they said, well, let me say, are you? They said 46% added sugar.
Ooh.
So you tell me it's a half.
Oh,
Whatever.
half of it is sugar.
I'm done. So what? And what? I love my sugar. Hey, sissy. Hey, Chanel. That's my baby. Hey, baby sister. How's everybody? Thank you for joining us. I love you, girl. You know I love you. Support. Mommy be just so loving. Mommy would be so happy. Mommy proud of you. Anyway, let me introduce somebody to you. My BFF. Hey, BFF. Hey, BFF. Good
Hey,
morning.
BFF. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Well, this morning, I'm sorry, guys. I got a fan blowing on me right now that's literally drying the moisture. So my lip got stuck for a minute.
Ew. You silly.
Oh, let me turn it. But that's that menopause thing hitting. But I am drinking some 8 o'clock original coffee. I'm back to the 8 o'clock. I drank all the Dunkin' and it was good. And I am drinking some what is it, Delight
Yeah.
caramel macchiato. But however, it is the zero sugar. And I am also drinking I have a what is that, substitute sweetener. I'm diabetic, so I don't want to take
I
any
ain't mad. Yeah,
unnecessary
she good. She good. But
chances.
her doctor told her you need to put a little sugar in your life. I mean, she literally took it really out. I mean, come
I
on,
sure did. I
man.
took everything out.
Her doctor even said you need to put a little bit. Even my mom, she used to put a little in it. She ain't never, when she's a diabetic, she still had her. Man, I remember one time. I'm gonna take. She didn't want to tell the doctor that she had some sugar, so she blamed me and said, "Vina." I said, "Yes, ma'am." She said, "The doctor want to know how much sugar you put. Did you put any sugar, or how much sugar do you put it? Because her sugar spiked that day." I was like, "Mommy, she gonna tell on me like." But you know what? I commend you, BFF, because you keeping it down. You're doing a very good job on doing that. But you know what I
I
didn't
appreciate
say to
that.
y'all this morning? Welcome to another segment of Attic Morning Coffee with, where we give a voice to the voiceless and we let you say what is on your mind. I didn't say it, I had to get it in. Being part coming in, being part of our just learning and knowing the vision, just understanding the vision. That is so good. I am so grateful to each and every one of you. Just this out time,
Yes.
listen to our topics and listen to others like our guests come in and talk about what's in their bag. That takes a lot. A lot of y'all think, okay, they just getting on because they want, but there's healing in the word, in
That's
words,
right.
communication.
That's
That's
right.
why they tell you to read the Bible for the word. I'm not comparing our words with the Bible. I'm just saying there's healing. That's what I'm saying. There's healing in the words. And then communicating what they need to communicate to empty their bags, because our bags are full. Your mind. That's the metaphor of the mind, and it's full. And sometimes it'd be so heavy that we need to let some of it go. Just let some go and help
Mm-hmm.
somebody if you don't help anybody, if you don't even help yourself. So we just
Right.
thank God. We thank God that people are
Yes.
literally wanting to come on and speak and talk about what's in their bag. And let me tell you what I love about it. It's everyday people. It ain't you ain't trying to save the day, but you help save the world.
Come on
Everyday
now.
people, because everybody have a story and we all have a bag. Our bag sometimes is so great that we need to release it. And some people, oh, I'm not a
Mm-hmm.
speaker. I can't speak. I don't this and that. Yeah, you can speak. You don't necessarily have to be seen. We got it where if you want to just talk, you could call in. You could talk to us through the phone. Your voice might be one on one. Somebody to know who you are anyway. But just say, but I'm just saying, there is healing in this, and I'm grateful. So that brings me to our guests. Oh my God. God is so good. Again, my brother Zachary, he always introduced me to the most. I mean, it's like we click. Every time I meet any one of his guests that he bring, we click so fast. And this one right here, and this one right here, y'all, let me tell you something. We click very well. We have so much in common, so many things. And what I love about her, she's a Christian. She's a Christian woman. She knows God. She loves God, and it's not all the time you can just look at somebody and feel somebody's energy, even over the phone. Because baby, she's in it. Oh, I'm ready to spill her bag.
Right.
Let me not spill her bag, but I'm just saying over the phone, from city to city, from state to states away, and you can feel the energy and believe in God and know in timing that this was supposed to be. So let me stop talking, because I talk all day long about it, because I enjoy talking to her and I enjoyed her conversations. So let's bring her on. Let's just do God's will and let her come on in here.
Good
Come on in
morning.
here, girl. Come on in the room.
Come
All
on
right now.
in. Come on.
Yes. Come on in the room. I love this lady right here.
I
And
love
I'm
you too.
grateful I'm grateful that you're ready. You're able and willing to do this. Because first of all,
Yes.
the topic in itself is something that I'm ready to hear. Because a lot of us don't know how to be quiet and hush and not let the crowd direct us to things and doing things that we
Yeah.
don't want to do. And then you got to quiet yourself and listen to Jesus. Okay, so let me let you take this. First of all, before we start, ma'am, what is in your cup? I know you got a cup of something.
I do. So this morning I am drinking green tea with turmeric and a little bit of honey for my sweetener. So that's what I got in my cup.
That's a good
Yeah,
combination.
Ooh, that
Green
sounds
tea and
good.
turmeric.
yeah. Nice and
Hey,
warm.
yes. It's hot.
Yes.
It's hot. It's hot.
It is hot. It is.
Okay,
Yes,
wonderful.
ma'am.
All right then. Well, I'm just gonna say it out and clear, ma'am.
Yes.
What's in your bag, girl?
Ooh-wee. I got a whole lot of love, grace. I got a whole bunch in my bag right now. For one, I'm really grateful for the opportunity for starters. I thank God that his timing was perfect because we know what happened before and the timing wasn't right, but God saw fit to make today the perfect time. So I thank God for Minister Zach. I thank God for you. I thank God for Yvonne. I'm grateful for the show and the opportunity, the platform. So right now I got a lot of gratitude in my bag. But with the topic, hushing the crowd so you can hear from Jesus, like my bag is so full of just my past experiences. And I guess what I want to empty today is just the opportunity to share how sometimes we can allow others to distract us from what God wants us to do. Just a little bit about me. I am well, actually, I'm by way of Waterloo, Iowa, but I live in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. Iowa, not Idaho, but Iowa. And it's a lot of us
Wow.
people in Iowa. So,
Uh-huh.
but the thing with where I am right now, I'm from Iowa, but I know like I've always had some past issues of trying to like please others or receive validations from others. Even as growing up, a big part of it was like just wanting someone to care and to be able to please them. I don't know, like my childhood wasn't the best. Like I know many of ours, probably wasn't. We all probably had some trauma stories, but I sought after that validation. And so for years and years, it packed on. I then became affiliated with a church about 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. And it was good. Everything was great. The teaching was impeccable. Like, the word of God was on fire. The pastor, like everything was great. Um, but this year, about the past year almost, I start feeling God pulling me in a different direction. And so the crowd is symbolic to my voices and my looking for approval and validation from other people in that huge decision, right? Like that's not a
Mhm.
walk in the park of just saying, we'll be back next week. This is something that has become family
Right.
like for 20 plus years. So I had to go in prayer about it, and I knew God was telling me that it was time to go, but my flesh, because of comfort, wanted to stay. Um, and let me back up. Even before then, about 3.5 years ago, God gave me a vision. He gave me a vision of United for Christ, UFC. So with UFC, it's an outreach ministry, is how he gave it to me. In the city of Waterloo, what happens is there's a lot of churches there. Like it's a church almost on every block. It's a lot of churches there, and especially the east side Waterloo. But a lot of the churches really did not affiliate with each other. It just kind of depended on what church, like they kind of pick and chose like who they kind of supported more than others. Um, but God wanted to unify us as a body, because if the people on the outside that we're trying to get on the inside didn't see the body of Christ unified, that
Right.
would give them an excuse to kind of stay out.
Right.
And so he gave me this vision 3.5 years ago. And what it was to take a couple people, two by two people out of each church, and combine them and have them make up like this, like a board or type of planning committee for the outreach that we would, would set out to serve.
Wow. Wow.
And I presented it first. I didn't present it to the people in the city yet, because I was still like in this struggle. How do you go forward? Will people receive it? What they gonna think? Is they gonna think you trying to start a church?
Right.
All
Right.
these naysayer
Mm-hmm.
type things.
Exactly.
And so it kept me paralyzed for a while.
Wow.
Um, it kept me paralyzed for about 3 years, where I just let it stay dormant in my spirit. And I was like, in due time, if it's, God's will, it will come. But I had to hush the crowd, because
Yes.
that was what kept me still. And kind of, I'm gonna jump back. You know about the story of Jairus in the Bible, where his daughter had died,
Right.
and Jesus had came, and well, they came and told him it's too late. Don't even come, because
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? Like, she's already dead. And when
Yes.
Jesus went to the room, he ended up seeing that she was indeed dead, and they were standing there. Well, he didn't say that she was dead, but the people did, right? And
Mm-hmm.
he had to put him out the
Mm-hmm.
room. You got to get out, because you don't mean me
You
no
don't mean
good. You
no
don't
good.
mean this family
Exactly.
no good.
Exactly.
He took the mother and
Exactly.
the father and a couple of his his disciples in, and they went, and he closed the door. Sometimes we have to close the door on those people that want to keep us confined
That's
in
right.
this dry,
Ooh,
desolated
yes,
place,
ma'am.
Yes.
because it's not going to, for one, it's not God's will. He has a plan for all of us. But a lot of times
Mm-hmm.
we listen to the naysayers. We let that become fact in our lives, and God is like, not so. Separate from that. Close them out. Close them out of your mind. So that's what I had to do.
Yes.
I presented it, and I received blessings, like, yep, amen, go forward with it. And so about another 2 years went by before I actually even kind of let it really take form, UFC.
Right.
But it was because people wasn't really receptive. A lot of people don't rally behind you or come on board to help and assist, depending on who you are.
That's
And if
right.
you
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if it is a threatening type of posture for them. I don't know. You're not. I'm not coming in. I don't even have a church. Like, I'm not trying to take anybody's members. I want to do outreach for God and His kingdom.
God.
It's
That's right.
about kingdom building. It was no specific church. It wasn't. It was none of that. It was more of us, the people,
Right.
coming together. But people interpret it how they choose, and then, I mean, I had to shut them out, because at the end of the day, I had to go forward and do what God wanted me to do.
Right.
So January 23rd, my birthday, I actually
Yes.
launched it. I officially
Sound like
launched it. It was a huge, and you know what? After the launch, it was like a weight off my shoulder, because it was
Mm.
like, you
woo,
were
you talk
obedient.
about my
You went
story.
forward, you were obedient, you did what I told you to do. And guess what? If they won't come, because I did put it out for all the churches, and only a couple, maybe, a couple have joined and have kind of collaborated with us, which is fine, because guess what?
Right.
God sends others who's
Take
not
it.
even like affiliated with the church, but they have the
You better
love of
come on.
Christ.
Take
And
it.
they are the ones who work alongside us.
That's
Those are
right.
the ones who want to donate and bless the ministry.
That's
Like,
right.
so I can't worry about those who chose not to jump on board. As of yet, maybe they may have a change of heart. And if not, guess what? The work goes on.
Yes.
So
Yes,
Yes.
it's okay.
I am like so excited about United for Christ, because what we do, let me spill what it is. So United for Christ, and the slogan is knocking out every excuse. We know about UFC fighting, but everybody have excuses why you're not serving God, right? You have
Yes.
excuses why you can't be unified. You have excuses why you're
Mm-hmm.
not doing what you should be
Yes.
doing. And so I think, with knocking out every excuse, what's your excuse? Like, Christ died for you. He
Right.
rose
Yes.
for you to be saved. You have another opportunity every day you wake up to go out and help somebody, to bless my
Yes.
name. And so, what is really your excuse? And we know some people have church hurt, so they fall away from God. They fall away from um, anything that looked like Him. They fall away from His people.
Mm-hmm.
We want to heal those people. We want to reach them where they are, right? Some may be addicted. We want to reach them where they are. Some may be homeless. We want to reach them where they are and knock out all of those excuses because Christ healed us. We now pay it forward to be able to heal others. So that's really the gist of UFC. And again, it's really anybody. You don't have to be a part of a church. Anybody who love God and love the work of God, that's who it's for. We want to meet people where they are, take Jesus outside of the four walls, because a lot of times, sometimes
Mm.
churches we can become complacent and we like to stay within our own temple, and
Hmm.
that's not what God want us to do. He said go hit the highways and the byways, and so that's what we're trying to really strive to do. Um and and, and that in a nutshell, UFC is always looking to collaborate. We're looking to network with people, and that's all it's about. How can we reach people? How do you want to help us reach people? If you say your mission, your
Mm.
goal is to save souls and get people off of the street and out of their rutted down situation, and that's my goal, why can't we do it
That's
together?
right.
Why can't
Come
we
on
work
now.
together
I'm so with you
without
on that.
any big eyes, little U's? Let's work
Exactly.
together. And a lot
Yes.
Exactly.
of times that's
Ex-
not what happens, and that does us more harm than good
It's
as
right.
Christians,
It's
as
right.
church folk,
Yes.
right?
It's
Like
right.
gotta tear down some of them walls.
It's
So
right.
the big thing is it's an outreach ministry, and we are just trying to take Jesus to those who need it.
It's right.
We do. I mean, you click some of the pictures. We've done the outreach. We fed the homeless. We try to give care packages in the wintertime for those who are cold, and like hats, gloves, scar, anything like that. We try to just pay it forward, and we are not big, right? Like some of this stuff, a lot of this stuff we don't have grants for. We're just
Right.
coming out of our pocket and getting
Right.
donations. So I mean, but God always take care of us.
It's right.
Things can
Mm.
be tight in our own household, but when you go out and you do His will, He's gonna make sure that you're good.
It's
And
right.
so, like, I thank God that, excuse me, I thank God that I have I have united with the church who believes in the vision. Um, that's the part that was hard for me to do, was shushing and hushing those voices. Some of
Mm.
that meant that I had to walk away.
Right.
I had to
Mhm.
walk away, and when I allow God to move me, when I allow God to move me, He then opened up doors.
Right.
Doors such as what's in the bag, right? Like let's be real. I'm gonna give God the glory for it, because at the end of the day,
Yes.
our paths would not have connected had I
Right.
stayed dormant.
It's
Had I
right.
not went forward, I wouldn't have been able to talk to and meet people and network with
It's
people and
right.
receive classes. So it's one step of obedience, and God will do the rest. So
Yes.
like
Yes. Yes.
the
Yes.
biggest thing is just ignoring the voices when they say you can't. Know that you can. Like that's something of the devil. That's something of the enemy, and he like to keep us in a place because we are a threat against his kingdom, and
It's
he
right.
know he ain't got much time. His
It's
time is
right.
winding
That's
up.
right.
So if he can keep us
Yes.
from doing his will, his purpose, that's what he's going to do.
Yep.
So
Through people.
fear is usually the biggest thing that
Yep.
keep us froze. I got a best friend, and she was challenged with the question, and she challenges me with the question now. She says, what would you do if fear wasn't a factor?
Mhm.
And that's how I looked, Marina. Like I looked just like that, like whoa.
Mm.
I mean, I would do a whole lot if fear was not a factor, right? Like because fear will keep us paralyzed.
Yeah.
Before we even step out, we already didn't call it defeat because we
Mm.
are scared. We are
Jesus.
afraid. We are
Come
afraid
on
of
now.
what somebody will say. We are
Somebody
afraid of what they gonna think.
with people.
I done had all type of stuff reported back to me about what I'm doing. How come ain't nobody asking me about what I'm doing?
Exactly.
Like I'm a phone call away. Like
Yes.
and the hard thing about it was hard about hushing the crowd and hearing from Jesus is those same people gonna walk away never to return again.
Mm.
And that was
Yes. Come on
painful.
now.
That was a painful
Mm.
thing. To the very ones that you walked with, that you talked with, that knew you inside and out, chose and walk away when you chose to be obedient.
Mm.
When you choose to be obedient to God, how is it that now you ain't got the big crowd? But we know that, right? That's the word.
Mm.
That path gonna be narrow. It ain't gonna
That's
be broad
right.
with everybody to walk with you. So
Exactly.
I had to be
Mm-hmm.
prepared for that. And it was such a hurtful feeling. And that was part of the reason why I held on for so long, because I knew it was going to be a hurtful feeling. That
Right.
separation anxiety is a real thing in the
It,
spirit.
it
Mm-hmm.
is.
In the spirit is still a real thing because we have become so immune to the people that we love, and we want that love to be unconditional. But
Forever.
when you choose to be obedient to God, you sometimes lose people along the way,
Yeah.
but you have to be
Yes,
okay
ma'am.
with it, because what happens is, like I said, God sends us the people that he want and need for us to have in this next season.
Yeah.
And so big shout out to my pastor, Pastor Marshondis ML Robinson,
Shout
Dr.
out, lady. Shout
Robinson,
out. Shout out.
Dr. First Lady Amber. Like, yeah, like I thank God for my people and the people that he's placing in my life. Like,
Right.
I really do, because they believe in the vision, and they don't, it's not a hindrance. It's not a, not trying to stun it, not questioning it, but
Blessed.
giving me what I need to go forward,
Blessed.
and covering me. Man,
Yes.
you have to
Blessed.
be covered when you are stepping out
Yes.
into an arena,
Yeah.
uncharted territory for
Yeah.
me. Like other people have done it, but for me, I need to be covered. I need to
Right.
know that it's okay, and I need to know that you are praying for me, and the best
Yes.
wishes is there.
Yes, it is.
And so
Yes.
I thank God for my covering that I have. I thank God for the family that I have.
Yes.
And it's no shade or nothing against where I came from. No
Right.
shade at all. But
Right.
it was a different season, and sometimes you just outgrow things.
Right.
Outgrow things, and it's not, it's no longer for you.
Right.
Because God has more. And I don't want to have to answer to, well, who told you you can go? Well, the same people who told you to go, the same people,
Mm.
the same one, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, that wakes me up every morning, that bless you with
Yes.
the
Come on
spirit, is
now.
the one who, is giving me the authorization to go as well. I don't want to be limited to anything by man, when God is saying, no, I need you to go, because there's some people that you can reach that they can't reach. I got a
That's right.
background in the story and the testimony too, and it's select people that I know God want my path and our paths to
Mm.
cross for such a time. So I don't want to be hindered in my going, and
Yeah.
I thank God that I'm
Yes.
not right now. So that's what's in my bag. I done really
Girl.
laid it
Woo.
all out.
Girl,
So
I got some questions,
Sister.
bring
because
them,
you just hit
I,
bring
I,
them.
my
well,
spirit like Lord
I just need
Jesus.
to make a statement. Woo. Sister Minister Nikki.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you for having the strength and the courage to look at the naysayers and say, but God, and
Yeah,
walk into your destiny. Because a lot of things that you said struck home with me, because Marvina knows how I feel about the church. And I feel that the church should become outside of those four walls and
yes,
do
ma'am.
more within the community. So thank you,
Yes,
sister, for
yes,
stepping
you
up to the
talk
Yes,
about that
ma'am.
a
plate.
lot,
And,
girl. You
ooh, yes,
when we first started going to our church, you said I love the way they go out to the
yeah,
community. They stay out. They support the community. But that's a good thing when you. But I got a
yes.
question to ask you, because this is Q&A time. Anyone has any questions? Y'all out there, put some questions out here for Minister Nikki. Because let me tell you something. My first question was, when you silence the people, do you feel that the silence came from you moving out the way? Was it easier because you moved out the way of the situation, or was you able to silence it while you're in the situation? Because
Yeah, I tried to silence it while I was in the situation. Like I would still be around, but it's like a puzzle piece that no longer fit. And so
Mm,
my complete silence, it's crazy that you asked that, because I was watching, it was a video, I can't remember the pastor, but I was watching it on YouTube, and she spoke just that. She said, in order for you to really like hear from God, you have to remove yourself from it. You
Mm.
can't see it, you can't
Right.
think it, you can't be in the midst, like, and I did that for 30 days. I did it for 30 days. I fell all the way back. I didn't attend that place at all because I was feeling God move me,
Wow.
but I did not attend for 30 days. And I'm gonna tell you what struck home with me is God revealed a lot to me about the situation within those 30 days. Sometimes we can be too close to the situation that you
Mm-hmm.
can't really see it for what it
Yeah.
is.
Yes.
And so when you remove yourself from it out of obedience to God, he has a plan for that. As painful as it may be, he's going to heal that pain. He's going to replenish you, all of that. He's going to sustain you. But you got to be obedient to remove yourself because if not, you're not going to be able to hear it the
Right.
same way. You're not
Right.
going to be able to
Mm.
see it the same way.
Right.
So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
definitely had to remove myself from the situation.
Yeah. Wow. That
Right.
because I relate to it. Just like you talking about a lot of things in my bag, and it's so and I always say this: the
Yeah.
content in our bags could be so similar. And I was just figuring this. Like I said to myself, if I stay in it and trying to remove myself from it, what am I doing differently?
Yeah,
Ain't nothing different, nothing
Mm-hmm.
changing. You got to do the change for change to
that's
take
right.
place.
That's right.
Right.
And I don't have a problem with moving. I'm a mover. Now with with God and church and things like that, I'm not a I don't up and leave. I'm not one of the ones that moves too quickly. I
Church
normally
hoppers.
stay
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
same church for a long period of time, and you kind of get struck in when you got a calling. You have a calling, and that calling is kind of moving you a little further away from what you're used to, and stuff
Mm-hmm.
starts to feel uncomfortable, and you're trying to figure that uncomfortability out, but you really can't see it because you're there.
Yeah.
You're in it.
Yep.
So then
Mm-hmm.
once, like you said, you stepped away and you step away and you like, okay, now I see where the uncomfortability is.
Yep.
The blinders come off. So
Yep.
once your blinders came off, you decided to start something where that vision was getting clearer and clearer. Am
Yep.
I correct?
That's
So
right.
I'm just making statements like that because I just it's confirmation for me.
I praise
You
God. Yeah.
smiling right there, girl. Look at Yvonne, because it's confirmation for me. You know what I'm saying? Struggling
Yeah.
through it. You know, so I am just in awe. And my sister said that's some good stuff. My sister said this one right here. She said, "And my OG sister. Hi, Noonie." She said, "Good stuff, sis.
Amen.
Good
I thank
stuff.
God.
Good
Yes.
stuff." You got
Yeah.
Yes.
any questions for Yvonne?
I do. I do. So, Minister Nikki,
Yes.
I'm over here smiling because, like I said, this is touching my heart so much, so much. I believe that we have to train the children up in the way we want them to go. With
Hmm.
the program that you have, how many do you have? A lot of young people that come out and want to help feed the homeless and help within the community.
You know what? At this time, no. I have
Okay.
it's a small handful, and they're coming
Mm-hmm.
from like a couple of the churches, but mostly it's
Okay.
like family, right? Like the ministry. When I say it's not big, it's not big. It's
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
probably 10, maybe 12 of us, and that's
that's
including the
big.
kids. So, like my prayer is that God will send those who believe in it and those who want
Mm-hmm.
to be a part, because that's the beautiful thing about it. You don't have to be a part of any church. Like
That's
all you
right.
got to do is love God, love
Mm-hmm.
Jesus, and want to be able to help others.
Yes, sir.
The little bit you got, trust
Yes.
that God will feed the multitude. And
That's
I'm
what Jesus did.
Yeah,
He ain't had no
absolutely.
church he was going to and
That's
bringing
right.
everybody into. He
That's
picked
right.
all the disciples out, handpicked them, and then all the followers came and he fed them. He did those type of things. It
And
wasn't.
he said if you build it, he gonna send them, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
first step was being obedient and just going forth. So like I did go and we are a nonprofit. So I did go about and go get the steps and stuff done and taken care of to be established as a nonprofit. So the plan is, and the prayer is that God will actually send some grant writers where they will believe in what
Mm.
we're doing. So right now how the government work. They want to see what the output is, right? They want to
Girl,
see
you
that
better
you
use
made
some
a
Mm-hmm.
difference
AI.
without their money. Like that's, and then once you can show proof of that, now you can kind of go for the grants, because I can see God expanding it. I really can, but
Yes.
it's the first step of being obedient to God
We
and
gonna
just,
pray. We praying for people that knows about these grants and things like
yeah,
that because, you know,
Yes.
the doing all the other stuff. There's so many ways of doing it. Like I said, just AI, all these other different ways of building. But what we really need is someone that understand the grant part,
yeah,
because
Mm-hmm.
there's all kinds of grants out here for us, and the problem is we're oblivious to it. We don't know, we don't have the understanding or where to go to get it.
Yeah.
And I do know a few people that do know about, but I don't know what happens from state to state,
yeah.
how they do it. But yeah, that's our prayers, is to get them right people in the place
That's
to be.
right.
And I'm with you on that, because we just a small. We ain't gonna say we small, because I ain't small. If I touch one person a day,
That's
if it's
right.
only
You
one
better come
person
on.
that came on today, that's one. That's a lot.
That's
Okay,
right.
he
That's right.
multiply and he'll multiply and he'll multiply. So what you're doing, people are not used to. But what's going to happen is the people that needs it,
Mm-hmm.
they're going to come.
That's it.
Sometimes
Yeah.
we think the people that is our families and our
Man.
friends are the people that's supposed to be there. No, it's the people that needs it. So in the
Yeah. There
midst of
you go.
all of that you're going through, we have to make it through. We have to first, we got to be born, then we get the milk, and then all of a sudden we off the milk we start the baby food, and then we start the grown
That's
people
right.
food. And but in the midst of it, we're still being nurtured to get to that level.
Yeah.
So as far as what you're doing, and I'm there, because you even said it. You said we're going to come together and collaborate. I'm looking forward to one day coming
Yes.
That's
out
right.
there, what's in the bag coming out there, and I'm showing the world where you
I
are
can't
and where
wait.
you. It's coming. So that's what I'm saying. So we looking at it as small, but it's never small. Only the
Yeah.
people that
Yeah.
needs it will come. We're gonna rebuke the people that's a whole lot of people, because everybody's not here for us.
That's right.
And as
Yeah.
far as because they don't know the vision, they think they conjure up things in their minds about it, and they think that we're
Yeah.
doing certain things, and this is done to hurt you, or it's done behind. No, we're
Yeah.
doing what God has
That's
to,
right.
and you don't
Yeah.
understand it. You're not supposed to.
Not supposed to.
You're not
Yeah.
supposed to. And
He
if
didn't
you
give it
don't,
to you.
he didn't give it to you.
Yeah, you better
You,
say
you
it.
can't you can't get what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Now, if you come in and be a part of it, you'll get a better understanding. Not that
Yep.
you'll get the
Hmm.
whole thing, but your heart will understand that ain't nobody out here trying to change what you got going on, because there's enough out of here for everybody. What
But
we're
Come on
trying to
now.
do is minister and do where God has put us into our place in ministry. Because
That's
we
right.
love Jesus.
yeah.
We love
That's
Jesus.
right.
I love Jesus. And I
Yeah.
want to minister Jesus' word. And I can't stand on nobody's pulpit, because I'm not ordained to do that. But I am
But
ordained to
you
do what
are.
I'm doing. Well,
How
don't
Yes.
I was getting ready to say it. You.
you know what I'm saying? I'm ordained in the way God needs me, not what man leads me. You
Yeah.
You
understand?
better come. You
The
better come
man
on.
leads you into a title and stimulates your ego. God uses from the heart. He knows he stirs up your spirit.
Yeah.
So it can't be tainted. When you title
That's right.
bound, it's tainted, because you start getting big headed, emotional. This is where I'm at. I'm
Yep.
entitled. But when God gives it to you and you utilize what God is, nobody can take that.
That's right.
Nobody
You
can
hear
take.
what
You
I
better come
say?
on.
That
Yep.
you hear what I say? So your thing
Yeah.
ain't small. No, you got 10 people.
No,
You look at
ma'am.
that like 20. When you see times seven, times seven,
Yeah.
times seven, times seven, baby.
Tenfold. Tenfold.
Tenfold,
You better
baby.
come on with
You hear what I
it.
say?
Yep.
God is telling me right now to tell you, baby, you gonna just keep doing what you
Yeah.
doing. We are gonna move forward, because it's
Yeah.
his will and his work.
Yes.
Love that.
You-
Love that.
Ooh.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh, you got one.
My sister. Yes, it's powerful. Share about the word. Exactly. Listen to my sister. Y'all, did y'all see what she said? Can you see it,
Uh
Yvonne?
huh.
Yep.
Go ahead
Uh
and
huh.
read it. Go ahead, girl.
Sharing about the word. Kent Minister spoke about fear. The opposite of fear is faith. I was marinated in a vicious cycle from childhood. But once I got down to causes and conditions, I'm able to change the cycle. I do this by turning my will over to God. You better come
Mhm.
on
You
now.
better come
Yeah.
on, Nooney.
You better come
Better
on.
come on. That's it.
And Minister Nick, I have to say this. You know, you saying small, but I know what God is saying in my heart right now. I know what He's saying to me. I see big. I see
Yeah.
He's going to enlarge your territory. And he's
Mm.
going to start it by as people find out more and more about UFC, about your organization and what you're doing within the community. They're going to start to come out of those four walls, because right
Yes.
now a lot of the churches are confined to their parishioners, their members. That's it. But when they hear about what you're doing and they learn more about you and your community outreach, they are going to flock to you.
Yeah.
It is going to grow by leaps and
Yes,
bounds.
man. Please, I am
God.
excited for you
And I
because you.
receive that. I receive
Yes. Ain't nobody. Everybody's not tended to um know or see what God is doing. They're not attending, they don't understand the will what God is. And I was looking up
That's right.
UFC and they show some fighting stuff, right? And I
Yeah.
started laughing. I said, this girl Ray, she ready to fight. She getting up in the ring. UFC, come on
Yeah.
now. That
Yeah.
and that speaks volumes.
Yeah.
You ready to fight? We
Hmm.
we out here fighting the world. We want to make a difference.
Yep.
You know what I'm
That's it.
saying? And I'm excited for you for that because
And
go
you know
ahead.
what I was gonna say with what was, it was something that you said. The people, the churches. A part of the issue that I believe is, like a mirror, you become a reflection of what you're not. You see what
Hmm.
somebody else is doing, and so like it's more that we all could be doing. So when a
Uh-huh.
person that's small, right,
Hmm.
unlearned, come about and is doing these things, and it almost shines light on you for what y'all not doing. But all we
That's
got to do
right.
is come together
Ooh,
to do it. All we
that's
got to
Hmm.
right.
do is come together to do it. And now, I mean, there, like I said, there are people that do some outreach. But why can't we do it all together? Why can't we
Right.
put
That's right.
all everything in one pot? Like,
Well, if
Hmm.
everybody was doing it, all the churches was doing it, it wouldn't be your vision. See, God sanctions the people that needs to do what needs to get done. You know, the
yeah,
churches, they already got their standards, their rules, their regulations, what the way they do things, as they go on. But it
Hmm.
takes people like us for God to,
yes,
just because we're members of a church don't mean God don't work with us and utilizing us in the way He needs for us to do. So for
Ooh,
you,
come on now.
joy is for you to
that's
come
right.
together and bring
That's right.
all the different there's no
It's
denomination.
not.
There's just
No denomination.
everybody needs to be fed. Everybody needs to
Hmm.
be healed. Everybody need God in their life. Everyone needs a word. Everyone need so we're not looking at, okay, you're just Baptist, or you're
Yeah,
just you we're coming together and seeing what we all have in common. That's what I love about what's in the bag.
yeah,
Yeah.
Is not one denomination, it's not one thing, it's diverse. We
yeah,
speak
That's
about
right.
many topics that hits the corners of all types of people and where they live. So that's your vision.
yep.
God gave it to you.
Yeah.
He didn't give it to the church for the
That's
church
right.
to do it.
That's
He
it.
gave it for
That's it.
you. So when sometimes people see things that's being done, they notice you when you were here, and then when you start coming a little bit up, they start got a
Hmm.
different feeling about the
Yeah,
situation. So then of course they concur these different things going on, but that's not your
That's
business.
right.
that's
What
not.
your business is to
That's
do
it.
the will of God
Yeah,
and what He's
Ah,
telling you to do.
yep.
That's your business.
That's
So
right.
we
Yes,
gotta let
man.
people be where they're at, whether they're in the church or at your jobs or even in your family. You gotta let them be where they're at. And
yeah,
then, like you said, silence them.
Mm.
I work in
Silence
silence.
those
Yeah,
naysayers.
Ivana tell you,
Yes.
I got a couple of sisters and family members. We work in silence.
yeah,
We don't we don't worry about what everybody else is doing because we realize what
Mm-mm.
silence do is it lets God work in us
Mm.
quietly, and we don't have anything tainting us with a whole bunch of words
That's right.
and mess. that you start looking at yourself. Maybe I'm doing this, maybe I'm doing this wrong, or this is me. I mean, I want to please this person. I want this person to like me. I want this person to do this for me. And then you start focusing on them. She gone. And then you start, then all of a sudden you forget what God is doing. So he can't work where everybody else is talking. My girl
That's
gone.
right.
She left me.
Oh man, I
She'll
hope she
be
comes
back.
back in
Me
because
too.
because I had a word for her. Well, while we wait for her to come
Yes.
back up,
All
there you
right,
go. I was gonna
let's
put
see
that
what
up there.
okay, you got it. You can read it. Go ahead.
Yeah. Net said, our purpose is to serve God and his people. Service work is the best kept secret. Yes, it is. It's about action. It's easy to
Love it.
talk about it, but walking it, everyone has an assignment, purpose,
Yes.
and gift. When you
Yes.
operate in your richness, your gifts make room for you. You better come on, Net, and say that.
Yes. See that. Say
You
that.
better
Say
come on
that.
and say
Say that.
that.
Say that. Say that.
and
You
and
know
let me,
that's right.
and I was gonna say this when Minister Nikki comes when she comes back, but our gift, our mission for what's in the bag is giving a voice to the voiceless. Minister Nikki said something that's so important. Her gift, their mission is meeting people where they are.
Love it.
Meeting people where they are. That is so powerful. That is so powerful. And you and I, we've spoken about this on several occasions,
Right.
that if people were to take the time out and just minister to people where they are, think about how many people you bring in to Christ. Think about how many people you're taking a weight off their shoulders because they
Yeah.
now they know that they're not walking this walk alone.
Yes.
You and I have been out on countless places and we wind up ministering to somebody without even realizing that that's the reason that we were supposed to be
We're
there
supposed to be
in
there
the
for the
first
first
place.
place. Exactly. And we don't know when God, what type of, when I
Mm-mm.
first started, when God gave me the vision for what's in the bag, I didn't know what was going on. I never had a clue. And just like Nikki, Reverend Minister Nikki, I did the same thing. I launched mine on my birthday. That's the first,
Mm-hmm.
yep. And I felt like it was time. It was like he told me it was time. And didn't understand the time. I didn't understand none of this. But look where we at now, almost 4 years later. You know
Almost
what I'm
four
saying?
years
So
later.
I
Yeah.
mean, just being obedient and consistent in his word, no matter what's being talked about, no matter what is being told, whatever the bag is, no matter whom is on here, respectfully, non-judgment, we come in and we speak about what's in the bag and we're able to help and communicate it to the world. That thing is something else.
You better say it.
How
You
many?
better
I'm
say
great.
it.
I'm trying to see if Minister Nikki able to get back in. Are you able to get
You
back
know,
in? What happened?
my cousin last week, she started off her segment with I'm sorry, the other week. She started
Yes.
off her segment and the first thing that she said was that she wanted to thank us for this platform
Amen.
because it's important for people to have a voice.
Yes.
It is important. And sometimes, and I'm so glad, God got a funny sense of humor.
Yeah. I said that.
Girl,
Look,
that's the enemy. You know he working.
Uh,
That took
it's
you right
okay.
on out.
cut me right out.
I'm gonna tell you what I shared with
Oh,
with
it's
our viewers today. I was going to say this. I said, "What's in the bag?" Our mission is giving a voice to the voiceless. Your mission is something that you said that's so important that you meet people where they are.
Yeah.
Meeting
love it.
those people where they are. Oh my gosh! When I
Yep.
tell you that it's enlightening. It gives them hope. It lets people know that they are not alone
That's
in
Yeah.
right.
this walk and that you see them.
Yes.
That's the most important thing, that you see them.
And you know
So
what? And I
wow.
have to piggyback off of you, not even just to see them. We're so used to the she's not like me and I believe this way and I see this that way, that when you come together like that you start finding the similarities
Yep.
of of the
Mm-hmm.
relationship, even with you with God and with people. We don't understand different cultures until someone explains it to us and let us
That's
know.
right.
We don't know anything about anybody until that we come into the presence of them. We stereotype people. We look at people and their
That's right.
religions and relationships and thinking like, okay, this, that, and the other. To the point, like they said on TikTok, they always talk about black people like watermelon and black people like
Yeah.
chicken. A lot of people, not black, white, Korean, gray, or whatever, they like chicken just like we do. But because, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But because, they stereotype us, people get in these
Mm-hmm.
notions that this is the way things is. But when you have platforms like this and you have, your what you're doing, your mission, we can all come together and not only see that there's a
That's
difference,
right.
but there's similarities
Yep.
too. And I
Absolutely.
love
Mm.
it. I
And
love it.
honestly, like I think I don't know which one of y'all said it right before I got rudely disconnected, but what what amazes me is like I understand, and I think it was you, Marvina, because God gave it to me, not to
That's
the
right.
church,
Come on now.
but it's because He know that I'm from there. I can
Right.
relate
Right.
to the trauma. It may not be the same.
Yes.
I
Right.
may not have been, in physically abusive relationships, but I know what abuse is like.
Right.
Like I can
Mm-hmm.
relate to alcoholism. I can
Right.
relate. So yes, I understand why He would give it to me and not to the church. And that's why we are obedient to go out, because those people
Exactly.
need to be healed. They need to know that God loves them too. My biggest thing is I want to know, why are you not, like, what's your story? Like, give them, like how you give us a
Exactly.
platform to share our story. These people have a voice too. They need to
Exactly.
know that they are
Mm-hmm.
heard, seen, loved, all of that. So
That's right.
I don't mind getting out there and being in the clubs, or out there praying for people there. I don't mind being
Right.
in the street. I don't mind seeing and smelling the ones who don't smell so good and still praying over. Like, I don't mind that, because
Right.
I know that I'm from that. I
Right.
can relate to that.
Mm.
So like, I thank God for the vision. I thank God for just the obedience, right? Like,
Right.
hushing the voices, because God got a bigger plan. Like, when you really take yourself out of the equation of
Right.
how
Come on
you
now.
feel, and if people gonna receive you or if they
Mm.
not gonna receive, get rid of that. Get
Right.
rid of all of those thoughts and just go. God gonna take care of
Mm-hmm.
everything else you need. And that's what I had to
You better
realize.
say it.
Yes, ma'am. And let me say this for my final saying with you, Nikki. Let me say something. The church is there to equip you to do the things that you're doing. So if once the church see you and what they implemented into you, because all this came from all the years that you've been in church,
Yes,
all the
ma'am.
years that you've been doing,
Yes, ma'am.
they equipped you for this. So,
Mm-hmm.
which the church should be patting themselves on the back. You're,
Yes, ma'am.
really on how what they ministered and spilt into your spirit. Now
Yes,
you're able to utilize God in the way that needs to be He using you, and get out here and make it happen.
that's right.
That's right.
Congratulations to your church.
That's right.
I say
Yes.
That's
that right
right.
now. And then
Absolutely.
Yes.
let me say what my sister said, because our time is running out and I hate it. Go ahead, Yvonne.
Dang.
Go ahead, Yvonne.
She said, that's it. You can't keep what you have unless you give it away.
Bam.
Share your experience, strength, and hope gives hope to the hopeless. People need to be that they are not alone. We have to stop comparing. We have to identify with feelings. Everybody is going through
That's
something. I
right.
learned not to be a victim. I am a victor. Good job,
Mm-mm.
sis. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank
love
you.
it, love
Yes.
it,
Thank
love it,
you.
love
Yes.
it. Thank you, Noonie. That's my girl. That's my sissy. That's the oldest sissy. She holding down the fort, baby girl. She holding her fort down. Thank you, sissy, for that. Guess what?
Well,
It is 9:54. And guess
yes.
what? I told you, did it go so quick?
Yeah, it did. It did.
Well,
I told you, girl. It's so wonderful. That's why I ask people if they want to come and empty their bag, come and just
yeah,
get the
yeah.
experience of it. Because be
Yeah.
honest with you, it's wonderful. How you feel about it, Minister Nikki?
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel free. My prayer is that I bless somebody, that I was able to encourage somebody. Go forth, be obedient to God. Shut the naysayers out and just go. And whatever it may be, a job. It ain't got to be a ministry. It may be, leaving a
Mm,
relationship. starting a relation. It can be anything. Be
Right.
obedient to God and hush the voices that is trying to keep you stuck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love
Mm.
you, girl. You got something you
Love
need to
you
say
Well,
too.
before she leave, Vaughn. Go
yes.
ahead,
Well,
girl. Talk
Minister
to her.
Nikki, before you leave, please tell us how some of these grant writers, somebody may look at this and say, I can help. How
Yeah.
can they reach you?
Yep. So email is United for Christ Ministries, United for Christ
You
Ministries
didn't send
Outreach.
me it.
I think that's it. Let me. I don't listen. I don't use my email for that as
Get
much
her on
because
Facebook.
you can't
Mm-hmm.
hit me on Facebook. Facebook, I have the
Hmm.
page, and it's the United for Christ Outreach Ministry is the page, and then the email
See
is
if I can get it up there for you.
United for Christ Outreach, all one word at Gmail. So that's so no
Okay.
ministry on that. United for Christ
United for Christ
Outreach
Outreach.
at
If you
gmail.com.
could do us a huge favor, after this segment, if you could go on to the What's in the Bag
Mm-hmm.
platform and take and put your contact information in there,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
then also put in there where they can send donations. Say if somebody
Mm-hmm.
wants to send donations, where they can send donations, where they can ship some things to you
Yeah.
that can help with your outreach. Please
Yes.
include all that information.
Okay. Definitely will.
I got
Absolutely.
one more thing to say to you. Look at me, girl. Read them instructions.
Yes, ma'am. I got you, sis. I got
Read
you.
them
I got
instructions.
you. I
That's all
got
I got to say. I'm done. Because we'll be talking again, baby. I love you, Nick.
you. Love
Thank
you
you
too.
so much. Thank you
Yes.
for being part of What's in the Bag. We was
Yes.
blessed with everything you said. I know God is pleased with you, and He's
Amen.
going to continue to love on you and grow you and bless you.
Thank you.
We'll
Thank
talk
you.
to
Thank
you
you.
real soon. You
Blessing us today.
yes, we'll talk. We'll be talking, right?
All right.
Very
Yes,
soon.
ma'am.
All right,
Yes,
girl.
ma'am. Love y'all.
We love you too.
All
Love
righty.
you too. Thank you so much.
Yay! Oh my God, that was so wonderful. Y'all tell me y'all didn't love that. I know
Yeah,
I did. I thought that was just a
I
wonderful
did.
thing because
I've been
some of
grinning
this,
the whole show.
yeah, you was just smiling all teeth. Because it's
Yes.
just sometimes, like I said, the
It's
contents of
ooh,
other people's bags. It's just like
yeah.
you get something out of it. You got something in that bag, her bag that that's
Yes.
that's in your bag. Believe me, I
That's
promise you,
right.
somebody got something out of that her bag. So I appreciate her doing that. She was
Yes.
spurred up, and I love it. Thank you, girl. I love it. So we're gonna go ahead on and get some let y'all know right now that of course we got the support. We're asking for support. We're asking for anyone that wants to buy us some coffee. Of course, it's called buymeacoffee.com / what's in the bag 21. All it is helping and supporting us, keeping the lights on, just like we're doing now. This stuff right here costs money. Y'all think and I'm just gonna be real truthful. I work for Amazon Flex. I be flexing, baby. So we got we need somebody that's help a little support there. So if you want to just buy us a coffee, I'll buy some more of these. Yeah. Buy us a coffee. It's just a support, just to help out with support, Vaughn. You want to tell them about what we got going on with Facebook now and
Yes, yes, yes. So, guys, I know, Marina said this to me the other day. It's been a little quiet on our social media platforms, and we need to change that. And the only way that we can change that is with you guys' help. And with that being said, Marina and I, we're going to do our part, and there are some people on there that's doing their part. On What's in the Bag, it is Motivational Monday. Talk about it Tuesday. And let me say this to all you guys that say you don't have anything to talk about. We have an important election coming up this year. There's a lot to talk about. So talk about it Tuesday. Wisdom Wednesday. Share the knowledge and the skill sets and things that you have that may be able to help somebody else. And then we have Thankful Thursday. And then we have Friday. And then I'm also going to start something up about job postings. And so watch to see over the next week where we're trying to get people. If you know of a job opening, post it, share it, help somebody change their career or start a career.
It's informal.
So that's kind of what we have going on. And then you can reach us on you could view us on What's in the Bag. What's in the Bag 21 is
Oh,
where
I'm
you're going
sorry.
to find all of our upcoming content, different shows and segments that we have coming on, what's happening in events that What's in the Bag is participating in. You'll also be able to see us on What's in the Bag 21 on YouTube. And as always, baby, like, share, and subscribe, and turn on that notification button. So anytime something is popping off of What's in the Bag, you guys are gonna be the first to know.
Also, if you're a gamer, we do Twitch also. Twitch, What's in Bag
That's
21.
right.
What's in Bag 21. What's in Bag 21 on Twitch. What's in Bag 21. I am so excited. We are done. Not that I'm
Yeah,
excited that
yeah,
we're done. I'm excited that God put this out and that it will stay out in the in the archives out here. So for all that wants to see, all that needs it. And this right here is needed. I'm blessed. We're
yeah,
blessed that you came and was part of something that is so special to me and Yvonne. What's in the Bag? It is so special to us.
yeah.
So we are adamant to do this every week, just to love on
That's right.
y'all, give y'all topics, and we're gonna be talking about this Bush and this Bush, Trump and
Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris and all that stuff. We're gonna be talking about that because that's something I'm ready to talk about. It's juicy. It's juicy.
Yes, it
That's
is.
right. I like juicy stuff. So maybe next week we'll do something. If y'all want to talk about it, come on in with me and Yvonne, and we're gonna have a good time on next Saturday. Come on in. You got something to say to the people
Yeah.
before they get up out of here? Go.
Hey guys, like I say every week, every day that God blesses us with another day is another chance, another opportunity to get it right. And as always, get out there and live life and stay blessed, be a blessing, and have a blessed day. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining
Yes,
in.
love y'all. Have a great week. And all the people I don't see you until next week. I see y'all next week. All the people I see you next week. I love y'all. Bye.